Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. All right, we just spent only 10 minutes. All right, so we're going to talk about simplifying algebraic expression. I'm going to focus more on collecting like terms. So usually algebraic expression, I talk about what's an algebra when you have numbers and letters together. So we talked about that in the previous video. So if you missed those videos, please go back and have a look at it. But now we're going to talk about how do you simplify algebraic expressions. Okay, so you have several kinds of questions that have several algebras and you are told to simplify. Now, but algebraic expression can be simplified by addition or subtraction of like terms only. All right, that's the only way you can simplify. You need to know there's a difference between an expression and an equation. All right, an expression has expression, all right? An expression, an equation. You need to be very careful. I didn't say an algebraic equation. This is an algebraic expression. So that means for expression, there is no equal to sign, okay? But in equation, we have an equal to sign. All right, so for instance, it could be like, say we have 5x plus 2 is equal to, 5x plus 2. I beg your pardon. This is an expression. But when you now have 5x plus 2 is equal to z, this is an equation, all right? So the first one is an expression because there's no equal to sign. The second one is an equation because we have an equal to sign. So now we're talking about an expression today, all right? Down the line, I'm gonna in the later series videos in this series, I'm gonna talk about how do you now solve an algebraic equation, all right? Now for an expression, we have two rules, all right? So like I said, the reason why I always use rules is that so that when you come back to the video or to the examples I've solved or the exercises, you can know what exactly Terry did here, all right? So the first rule is that you have to collect similar variables and constants together, and you have to also know the signs appropriately, all right? So the first rule is that you have to collect similar variables and constant what? Together. Constant. Together, noting the signs appropriately. Okay, then when you've collected the similar variables and constants together, the next thing you then have to do, you then have to simplify. In some cases, you might not necessarily need to simplify, but in some cases you simplify. So I'll just write simplify as needed. So depending the kind of question you have will now determine if you need to simplify. So let's pick an example now. Let's say I have this example here. Move this around. So let's say I have 5x plus z minus 3x minus 5z, and you were told to simplify. The first rule said you have to collect similar variables and constant together. So you can see in this case, we just only have variables. So that means we have variables, but they have to be similar. So that means we have a 5x here. So you write a 5x. The similar variable to the 5x is 3x, but not just 3x. Remember I said taking note of the signs. So that means it's minus 3x. Are you seeing it? Then the next one is plus z, and the sign is minus 5z. Are you seeing it? Then you simplify. 5x minus 3x will give you 2x, and z minus 5z will give you minus 4z. So that is it. So the first, this is the step one, what I talked about, that you collect similar variables. Then in step two, you what? Simplify. All right. Let's pick another example. Let's say we have make it a little bit more tricky this time, a bit. So we have 3xz plus 3x minus 5z plus 3z minus 6xz minus 13x plus 5. Now, back to the rule. We have to collect similar variables and constants together, right? So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to collect similar ones. So now let's start with the first one. Now, which is similar to this? Let's start with this. We have 3xz. Now, which one is similar? Yes, this one. Minus 6xz. Minus 6xz. All right, so we're done with that. We pick the next similar one. Plus 3x. Okay. And any other one? Yes, we have here minus 13x. All right. Then we'll pick another one. Any similar one? Minus 5z. And any other one? Plus 3z. Are you seeing it? Now there is no other one, just this one. So you just have to write this value there. So it's going to be 5. And let me change the color. So plus 5. So now we then simplify. Remember, this is step 1. So step 1 said you collect like terms or you collect similar variables, right? So now let's simplify this. So we're going to have the first thing we have 3xz minus 6xz will give you 3 minus 6 will give you minus 3xz. 3x minus 13x, so that will give you minus 10x. Minus 5 plus 3 will give you minus what? 2z. And we now have plus 5. And that will be the answer for this. Okay? And that is what? Step 2. So that's how you simplify. So basically, we've simplified this to give us that. All right, so that is that for that. So please it's just the same thing. Just follow the rules. You collect similar variables and constants together. You know the signs appropriately, and you simplify as needed. All right, so because I talked about signs here, the plus and minus, I'm going to just quickly remind us about multiplication and addition of signs. Is that okay? So the next video, I'm going to talk about how do signs, what is the relationship between the addition and subtraction when you multiply, when you divide, all right? So I'm going to see you in the next video. Like I said, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you turn on the notification bell so that if I upload new videos, you'll be reminded about it. All right, so I'm going to see you soon. I will see you in the next video. And if you have any question, feel free to send me a message or drop me an email and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much.